This is either going to be really fun or really bad for me, but I think it could be really fun. Hi, hello, welcome back, Lucas Besties, to another video. Hello, Nala. I see you back there. Do you want to come over here too, guys? She's looking over here too. Welcome to another video. I have just come off my other video I just finished, which you saw on Sunday, my bookish vlog that included my birthday, a Barnes trip, redoing my TBR jar, that video. So if you haven't watched that, you should. We do some bookish things there, bookish resets, just things like that. Had a really fun time filming that vlog. That was the last week or so that I filmed it. Today is Friday, the 29th, and I am going to be reading for 48 hours, basically to the end of the month. I'm going to be reading tonight, starting at 6 p.m., ending on Sunday at 6 p.m. I thought that's a great time. It's currently 5:45, so we have 15 minutes before we start, which gives me enough time to settle back down. I have just eaten a little snack. I'm probably going to cook dinner a little bit later during this, but that's fine. I'm fine with that. But if you haven't noticed, I've been slumping the whole month. I've been reading here and there, but I'm starting to feel the urge to want to read come back. And so, with that being said, to make the decision lighter on myself because I'm having trouble trying to figure out what in the hell I want to read. Besides the fact that I'm reading Twisted Lies right now, I'm listening to this on audio on Libby. Besides this, not Libby, Everand. Besides this, though, I want something physical to read, whether that be on my iPad or a literal physical book. So I have put, I think this is like 10. This is a good amount of books. They're half sequels, half of them are first books in series. Um, and so we're going to spin a spinner wheel. And the spinner wheel is going to pick a read for the next 48 hours because we're doing nothing but sitting and reading. I do think I have a plan to go out with my best friend, but that might get pushed back to next weekend just because next weekend a bookstore opens up in one of the cities that I live near. So I'm thinking we can go do that together, and I want to do that with her. So this though, we're gonna do this weekend, so I'm excited. I have, like I said, a bunch of sequels on here, a couple of first books in series. I have some of these physically, and then some of them digitally. So let's just spin the wheel, see what we get. Because, like I said, I'm in the mood to read. I have the urge to read. I just have no clue what I want to read because I'm such a big mood reader, and I'm in the mood for five different things. So, spin a wheel, do your thing. What is that? The Housemaid. Okay, so The Housemaid is by Frida McFadden. I got this from my library. I walked to the library the other day and they had it sitting there, and I was like, "You're coming home with me." And so I got it. I have heard nothing but good things about this. This has now been made into a movie. I've also heard nothing but good things about Frida McFadden, and I want to get more into adult mystery thriller. I really enjoyed the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and then this month in May, a few videos back, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Really enjoyed that. So I'm actually really happy that I got this because now I want to read it. This sounds like it'll be good, and this is one that I know I'm gonna fly through because I tend to fly through my mystery thriller books like that. So this would be an easy book to do. So we're starting off with this one. I'm super excited about it. I am still going to be listening to the audiobook of Twisted Lies. I do need to literally lock in and read and clean my room. That's one of my number one priorities is cleaning my room tonight, at least. I haven't gone to bed at the wee hours in the morning, so I don't expect myself to go to sleep anytime soon. But welcome to the vlog. This has been a bit of a longer intro than it really needed to be, but I'm so excited that this spinner wheel is on my side and decided to let me read this. This is short as well. This is just a little bit over 300 pages. It's 325 pages. I do know that this is the first book in like the Housemaid series. So let's just dive into the video. Alright, besties, as you just saw, I finished The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, which is my first Frida McFadden book, my first adult thriller. I get it. I get it. I understand now. And I feel like now is the time where I'm going to dive into a mystery thriller girly, a thriller girly pop, reader bestie, because this was good and I get it. I understand it. So I think we can add in thrillers to my mix of genres that I throw in to kind of give myself a break from romantasy and all the fantasy I read because this was good. I did give it 5 stars. This was so good. I did not guess a single plot twist, but I also don't go into these thinking I'm gonna guess a plot twist. Like I go into these pretty blindly, know nothing about it. I did not read the back of the book, like the synopsis of this book, until I was well over like 100 pages into it already. Basically, almost halfway through the book is when I pretty much read the synopsis of this book. Is when things started really getting crazy. Oh my god. The plot twist at the end, like the last like 100 pages of this book, it was just plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. And I was like, what? Didn't guess not a single one of them. Really enjoyed it. And then I have also, I don't know where I put the book. Oh, it's back here. I've also made a good little chunk of the way through Twisted Lies. I am on page 254. We basically have just gotten like a confession that Christian is obsessed with Stella, which we've seen since the beginning. Like this dude is down bad for Stella. And I honestly love that, but I need a break from this. So I'm gonna take a break from it and not listen to it anymore until probably sometime tomorrow. Um, I'm pretty much like almost halfway through the book as well. So that's great. This is a 550-page romance book, which to be completely honest, I don't think it needs to be 550 pages. I think we could have done this in like 300 pages, and I still would have let it all the same. But I digress because I'm still eating it up. It has potential to be 5 stars, and that would be lovely because this has been like my anticipated 5 star in this series because fake dating trope is one of my favorite tropes in a book, and I love a good fake dating trope, and this is that. This is giving when I needed to give. Um, so with that being said, we are going to pick a book from the spinner wheel. I'm really hoping that I can get a book that I can read on my iPad. If I don't, I will just download it on my iPad and we'll start on my iPad because I really want to turn the big light off. There is potential for me to fall asleep. There is. We are also, let me give you a timer update because I feel that's important. We're almost 7 hours in and I have finished the book. I probably would have finished it sooner, but I ate dinner and there's some other things. I haven't read the whole 6 hours. Like I did read, like I did go out. I hate when I put my tripod, whatever. I did not read the whole 7 hours that I've been that the timer's been going. I did like go outside, take a little small break and do some things, but for the most part, I've been reading for the whole 7 hours, and we finished the book and read a good like 100 and something pages of another book. So I feel like we made some good progress. I feel like I could finish at least another like 2 books, maybe even 3 if I really put my mind to it. I'm really striving for like 3 more books. But like I said, we're gonna pick another book. Hopefully, one of these it picks a book that I can read on my iPad. If not, I will just literally download it onto my iPad so I can read it on my iPad because I want to turn the big light off, which could make me fall asleep. But I do have a Coke over there that has a little bit of, Coke has caffeine in it, so maybe that'll get me up. We'll see. But let's pick. What does that say? It's just making me start all the series. This is on my iPad. This is Plier. This is a Why Choose Romantasy. I don't know. I recently saw this. Somebody gave me a synopsis on it, and I remember reading it, but I don't remember. I don't remember. This is the first book in Ironside Academy. It's a 6 book series, but knowing me, I'll fly through it. Um, Ironside is more than a regular academy. It's also the biggest reality TV show in the world and a very elaborate, very luxurious prison. The hallowed halls are ruled by the powerful Beetles and the middling Omegas with the plentiful Deltas as their main targets. But this year the officials are stirring things up. Isabel Carter, the only rare Sigma to be accepted, is the first sign, but there are others, many others. A sudden influx of alphas would turn Academy life and Isabel's life upside down. She might be the lowest rung on the ladder, but in order to survive Ironside, where social media is king and consequences are deadly, She will need to mark her mark. She will need to climb. This isn't a game for the faint of heart, and those who rise should be prepared for a beautiful, brutal fall. Beware the pretty posers because the social media game just got dangerous. Okay, it says the Hunger Games collides with America's Got Talent, and you've just been invited to binge it in all high definition. But here's some good description to before you continue. This is why I choose romance with as many book boyfriends as enemies. So expect slow to medium burn if you like Omegaverse, reverse harem, and academy tropes twisted and defiled to stretch your imagination, then this book is for you. Yeah, I think I'm really gonna like this. I don't know how long this is. This has a 4.19 rating, which isn't a bad rating, but I already see a 1 star. But like, I'll take that with a grain of salt. Um. So yeah, I'm excited. I downloaded this at a whim because I was looking for some more Y2 stuff. It's making me start all the series, which isn't good, but I don't care either. I have failed at like continuing series the first half of this year. I still have all of June that I could really try for, but it's still a priority. But like I'm gonna make it more of a priority for the second half of the year. Um, Now I am kind of treating myself because I am finally reading the last book in the series, which is also why I feel like I can start all these series. But I digress. We're gonna start. It is 325 pages on my iPad, which is basically the same thing as this. So I could probably also read this in a few hours. So I think my goal of reading like 3 to 4 books in this whole 48 hours that I have is very possible. I feel like I could finish this and start another book tomorrow or today, and then start and finish another book tomorrow because there's just so many books I have. Like, so many books I have. So yeah, let's let's start this bad boy. I didn't to edit my thumbnail for my video that goes up tomorrow, but I'll do that while listening to the audiobook later. But I'm gonna go read this. I'm turning the big light off because I kind of want to lay down, turn the video on, and lay down, or either something on Netflix. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But yeah. besties. We are like 20 hours and some minutes in, 20 hours and 25 minutes in. I really haven't made like a ton of progress. I did start Plier last night, but I think for now I'm gonna ignore that book because it's definitely slow moving. It is very much a slow moving book, and with me kind of going in and out of the slump, like dipping in and out right now, not good for me to read. Also, sorry for how stopped up I sound this morning. I woke up and my nose decided I wanted to be an asshole. But I digress. So right now, we're gonna ignore Plier. I read it 30% of the way through the book. If later tonight I don't really want to read like a physical book or whatever I'm reading, then I'll go back to it. But for now, no. No, no, no. In other words, I was also looking for an audiobook this morning because I was like, I don't want to listen to Twisted Lies. I don't want to listen to a romance book right now. I think I'm more in the mood for like a fast-paced moving book. And I didn't want to listen to Twisted Lies. So I went to see on Libby what was available right now for me to listen to. And then She Was Gone by Lisa Joel was available. So I started listening to that. I'm listening to it at 2 times speed. I'm already 37% of the way through with it. I think I could really finish this today if I really put my mind to it. I have 6 hours left, which basically means I have 3 hours and 2 minutes left in it, give or take, with me listening to it on 2 times speed. I'm liking it, but not loving it. I can't be really mad at it because I can't expect it to be good as The Housemaid. And with The Housemaid being my first like thriller ever, I give it 5 stars, which I may have been wrong for, but honestly, I feel like a 5 star to me because I didn't guess a single plot twist coming. But I digress. We're gonna spin the wheel again because I need something else to read besides Plier and Then She Was Gone. I am about to listen to more of Then She Was Gone because my bathroom looks a hot mess. All those clothes in there, yeah, we need to clean those out and get them off the floor. So I'm about to go do that. But we need another book that I can sit down and read because I'm going to sit down and read something. But Plier is just so slow moving. And so for now, we'll pick that back up in my weekly vlog when I do after this video. That I think I'm doing after this video. I think I'm going into a weekly vlog after this video. I sat down and planned out my June videos. So we have that all planned out. Um, I am going down to only 2 upload days starting in June because doing 3 stresses me out a little bit because I have to figure out, I have to make sure I'm filming, staying on top of things. Giving myself only 2 upload days gives me more time to edit, film, and do all the other things I have going on in life because I do work a full-time job on top of doing this for fun as a side project that I kind of do. Um, I do like doing it. Like I'm not like just gonna disappear, guys. You will see me twice a week. Maybe occasionally I post like a Friday video, but my main upload days are going to be Sunday and Wednesday. That just seems to work better because I tend to forget to upload on Fridays or I forget to record a video. It makes sense. I feel like I'm changing so many things. I'm going from monthly TBRs to seasonal TBRs, and then I'm going from uploading 3 times a week to 2 times a week. But it's better for you guys because I'll be more invested in editing and getting out things for you to be better quality. But let's pick this book, guys. I don't know if I want to read that. That's also going to be slow moving because it's the first book in the series. Should I just pick up Good Girl Bad Blood? I'm spinning again. Sorry, not sorry. What is that saying? Oh, this is gonna be fast paced because this is the 4th book in the Perfectly Imperfect series by Nima Taj, which is a dark romance series on my iPad. It's literally like 200 pages. If that, it's 261 pages, and I'll move really fast. I fly through these. I think this is a good choice. I think that was like the perfect choice, like a fast-paced, easy read that'll keep me intrigued because it's mafia. So I think that one works. I think this one will be so much better moving than Plier. like I said, maybe later tonight when I'm like laying down, getting ready to go to sleep, I'll read more Plier. But for now, to keep myself and the momentum going of wanting to read, because I'm in such a mood to read, but I'm slow moving through Plier. Like, I have pretty much been reading that book for like 4 hours almost, and I've barely made a dent in it. Um, but I digress. I did digress. So we're gonna go listen to Then She Was Gone by Lisa Joel, which is also my first Lisa Joel book. But I was like I said, I was in the mood for another like thriller, mystery thriller book, and this was available, so I picked it up. I don't know what I got myself into. I think I'm in over my head with listening to so many thrillers, but if it helps me get out of this like slump, I didn't want to call it a slump because I was looking at my Fable this morning, and I think I've read like 11 books this month alone. Um, which is kind of wild because I thought I was slumping more than I am, but I'm really not. I'm still reading. It's just not as consistently as I should be, and I should be as much as I want to. I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I finished 14 books this month, which is a little wild, in my opinion. A little crazy because I thought I was slumping harder than I am, but I guess I'm not. I think I just slowed down reading compared to April, which is fine. But I mean, I've still read 14 books. So we're still gonna have like a hefty wrap up, especially after I do this, because I'm hoping to at least finish 2 more books. Maybe not 3. 3 is probably out of the question now, but at least 2. Then She Was Gone and Ruined Secrets. Maybe I can't finish 3 because I'm already 37% of the way through it. Then She Was Gone, and then Ruined Secrets is only 261 pages. So I maybe already finished 3. But like, that's kind of crazy to say I will finish 4 books in this blog. Kind of wild. But I digress. We're going to go back to where we're literally going to go clean my bathroom because I didn't do that. I've been putting it off for like a week now. I need to stop doing that to myself because then it gets like that. And then I'm like, I hate myself. So let's go. have finished 2 books this time around coming to you. I have finished Ruined Secrets, which is what the spinning wheel picked for me for the other book. When I was like, I don't want to. Yeah, I read that. I'm giving it like 3 stars, 3.5. It's. I definitely. Listen, it was an age gap romance, okay? Age gaps are hit or misses for me, and this one was definitely a miss. It's just the fact that he kept pointing out the fact that she was a teenager. Like, yeah, she was 19, but please stop pointing that out to me. Please. Please. He'd be like, my young wife. My wife is a teenager. She's 19. I, I get it. Y'all have an age gap. It's kind of large. I get it. But please stop reminding me that y'all have this large age gap. It was, yeah. Yeah. So I'm giving like 3 stars. Definitely my least favorite out of the 4 now that I have read. I've read the first 4 books of that series. There are like 12 books in the series, but I read these like during these like 25-minute thons whenever I'm slumping, just quick, easy reads. Cause I know I can fly through them in like 2 sittings because they're usually like under 300 pages. So yeah, I finished that, and then I went back and listened to And then I went back and listened to Then She Was Gone by Lisa Joel. No more thrillers. No more thrillers. After The Housemaid and that one, both of those have no, no. Then She Was Gone wasn't 5 stars just because it didn't pull me in immediately, kind of like The Housemaid did. Like The Housemaid, it pulled me in, and I was in it for the long run. And it may be because I listened to this on audio that I wasn't as pulled in from the beginning. So I'm giving it like a 4.5. I still really, really enjoyed it, and the twist in it got me. I did guess one of the plot twist and then like half of a plot twist, so that also kind of like lowered my enjoyment. I didn't like mean to pick up on it, but like the author was laying it down for me to kind of lead me up to it and prepare me for it, and then I was like, oh, oh, it just got so much worse. I was like, I can't. What is going on right now? She's looking at me like, please get her off of me. She's bothering me. And I was gonna read Foxglove. Well, that's what the spinner wheel picked out after I finished Ruined Secrets. But because of the tone of that one, and I know it's gonna be a bit darker, I need something lighter, easier, maybe. So let's see what we have on the spinner wheel because I fully think I'm out of my slump now, and I feel like I could pick a book on my own. So I think I'm gonna pick up for something lighter and to get me out of this dark, gloomy mood that the house made. And then she was gone. I've kind of put me with the darkness and the all of it. Like, oh, like thinking about then she was gone right now. It's freaking me out a little bit because that took a turn in one of the most dark ways I have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, So I'm gonna read A Sign of Affection Volume 8. This is the one I am up to. And A Sign of Affection, almost caught up with the series completely as where it's coming out at currently. I think I want to start the anime as well because there is an anime that goes along with this, I believe, from what I know. There's only one season of it, which makes me kind of upset. There's only one season, but then again, there are only like 11 volumes out, and when you really think about it, 11 volumes is like one season. So, like, it makes sense, but I also wish there was more that I could watch if there was more manga for me to read. But because this is still like actively coming out, I believe, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. I could be like completely wrong on that. But we're gonna go for this, which is actually on the spinner wheel. Asylum of Fiction is on the spinner wheel, but this is quick, easy. It'll be another book in my bag for the weekend. I feel like I'm doing really good and making really good timing with all of my reads. I know I'm still reading Twist of Lies. I'm just not in the mood for that right now. That would be a little lighter compared to Then She Was Gone and The Housemaid, but I don't really want that. I think reading those two have kind of low key put me in the mood for fantasy. And like I said, I really want to read a physical book. So there are a couple of physical books here that I could read, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another spinner roll and I'm going to include a couple of sequels that I really want to get to, and then a couple of books from my summer TBR that I made for myself that I have physically on there as well. So that's what we're going to do there. Drop it. Drop it. So yeah, that's the plan. Um, like I said, we're like 28 hours in. Okay, so we still have 20 hours to go, and I feel like besides Asylum of Fiction, I feel like I could finish a whole other like book, like one more book, and then get started and halfway through like another one. But we will see. There could be more, there could be less. Just kind of depends. So I'm gonna go read this to kind of give my brain a break from trying to, yeah, the things that are going on are not it's not good, it's not looking pretty. I have decided I'm going to read some more thrillers, though. This has made me realize that thrillers are good and they're another good palate cleanser. I'm gonna wear myself out on them and then be like, I'm tired of thrillers, throw them away. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna go read this because thinking about Then She Was Gone, maybe Then She Was Gone is a 5-star read because the way that one messed me up a little bit there. But so did The Housemaid messed me up last night. But I'm gonna go read this and then create a new spinner wheel, like listen to like at least one chapter of Twisted Lies, I guess. I don't know. I probably won't, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to be reading that right now, but I have on Everend, so I will finish it. But yeah, I'm going to go read this and then I'll get back to you later once I figured out what else I'm gonna read. I don't think it's gonna be Player. I don't really think it is. That one is slow moving, but I think I could actually, maybe it will be that. But I really want to read the physical book. Like I really want another physical book to read because I haven't read a physical. I have a physical book in my hand since The Housemaid last night, so I need to read physical. So we'll figure that out later. Not now. Just not now. don't mind how I look right now. I'm editing this video, or like I'm watching this video back to make sure it's all good to go to get uploaded for tomorrow. But there was supposed to be a talking clip of me in between the last B-roll clip and this B-roll clip that's about to play. I think I deleted it by accident because I was going too fast. And I don't really know what I said. So if I reference the last talking clip, pay that no mind, because there was supposed to be a talking clip bridging these two clips together. And yeah, I deleted it by accident. But we're almost to the end. So enjoy the rest of the video. I'm missing a book. Oh. Welcome to the end of this 48-hour readathon. I'm coming to you a bit later than when the timer stopped at 6 o'clock today. But it's kind of like took a break, chilled. The last bit of this went out the window. Like I sat and read up until about like 4:30ish. And then my brother was like, "Can you take me somewhere?" So then I took him somewhere. By the time I got back, I was like, "I'm not gonna get in as many pages." So the last like 2 hours of this kind of went to waste, but I don't mind. I did not want to. The last mistake I made was trying to force myself to read as much as I possibly could in 48 hours, and I still read a lot. Like truly, this is a lot. Plus the ebook that I made my way through and the other audiobook that I listened to. This is still over 1,000 pages once we add them all up together, which we should do. So, first off, for this vlog, I read The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. I literally read this in like 2 sittings. It was so good. First thriller, 5 stars, and I have settled on a 5-star rating. Just because I have not stopped thinking about this book since I finished it. Like it was just that good. And I'm not just saying as a person who says first thriller, because although this wasn't like scary thriller vibes, it still had me on the edge of my seat, wondering what the heck was going to happen and wanting to flip to the next page. And so I read this in its entirety. So that is 325 pages. And then the next book that I finished after that was Ruined Secrets, which is book 4 in the Perfectly Imperfect series, which I really enjoyed. I am giving it a 3-star. Wasn't my favorite. It's just if you keep reminding me of your age gap, it's gonna give me the ick. And the fact that the MMC in this every time he looked at me, he was like, my young wife, my teenage wife, she's so much younger than me. Please stop pointing it out to me. You're giving me the ick. And he pointed it out one too many times. I will be continuing with these because I like a good little palate cleanser, whether it be like a mafia romance, and these are some like short, sweet that I read them basically in like 1 or 2 sittings. And that was 261 pages. So we're already over 500 pages almost, I believe, just with these two. And then the next book I finished was an audiobook of Then She Was Gone by Lisa Joel. I was kind of in the mood for another thriller after finishing The Housemaid, and I was like, how about I read a Lisa Joel book? I know she's another like famous thriller author. I read Then She Was Gone strictly because my best friend read it a couple years ago and has been telling me and trying to get me to read it, but I ignored her because I was never really a thriller girly. But I read it. I listened to it. The listening experience of that, crazy, crazy. Because you have first person, you have third person, and you have second person, I think, all in this one book. Kind of threw me for a loop. And then you also have a then and now timeline of like then that could past and then a now timeline, and it just kind of threw me for a second. It took me a second to get into it, so I think that's what also threw me off of it. But I'm giving it a 4.5 because I still really enjoyed it, and I was gasping, gasping at the plot twist and everything that was going on. And then that book I looked on Goodreads. That book is 356 pages in the paperback, which is what I would have read. So plus another 356 pages. And this, I also finished A Title of Fiction Volume 8. I have been loving this manga. If you've been keeping up, I think I started this in like February or so. I have read 8 of these. There's only like 11 out or something. I do need to place a hold on Volume 9 so I can get to that as soon as possible. I will probably restarting these because I just love this so much. But I will be waiting in anticipation for the next volume to come out once I officially catch up. Short, sweet, simple. This is 164 pages. Throughout this whole vlog, I have kind of read and listened to this book, and that is Twisted Flies by Anna Wong. I'm making my way through this. This has potential to be 5 stars. Honestly, with the way I'm living it, like, yes, I've been reading it in bits and pieces, but that's because I don't want it to be over. I'm kind of dragging it out on purpose. Now that I think about it, because I don't want to be done with the Twisted series. Like, yes, I know I can go back and like reread all of them if I really want to, or go back and pick up one book and read a favorite scene out of it. But like knowing that I'm about to be over with this friend group, like they've been in each other's books this whole time, like from book one, from getting to know Ava and like Jules and Bridget and Stella and just all of it. I don't want it to be over. But I started on page 134. Yes. Yes, I started on page 134. I'm on page 362. I don't ask me to do math like that. Was doing on my iPad. 362 minus 134. So I read 228 pages of this. Wow, that's a lot. Um, 228. So we're looking pretty high in numbers here, guys, for this 48 hours. Honestly, I think a 48 hour is more fun than a 24-hour just because I can expand it over the whole weekend from Friday night all the way to Sunday night. I think I'm gonna do these. I don't want to say monthly. I don't want to say monthly because these are a little bit extra, but I digress. Another book that I kind of read, I don't really only read it yesterday, was Plier by, who is this by? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Plier by Jane Washington. This is a Why Choose paranormal romance. It's an academy setting and everything. She has 10 mates from what I know. But this is very slow moving, so I'll probably pick this up tonight when I go to sleep. But I got to page 104 of this. So that's another 104 pages under my belt for this weekend. And then last but not least, I did pick up Carval. I'm actually really enjoying my reread. I am planning to go sit down and read more of this. I'm actually about to go do a rough cut of this video. So soon here you'll see everything. Um because this video is literally going out in 3 days on Wednesday. So I want to have this rough cut together so I can get all the B-roll all together, get all that, and then finish editing it tomorrow. But yeah, I got to page 92 of this. Really liking my reread so far, like I said. Um, this has been sitting on my currently reading shelf for way too long. It's time to get it off. So that's what we're doing. But that's another 92 pages. So in total, are you ready? I read 1,530 pages this weekend, which is a lot. It is a lot. I am, like I said, I do want to do this on a regular basis. Maybe not every month. If I feel like I want to do it in a month, I will, but I won't plan them every month. I am going to do like a 24-hour readathon where I start the timer and I pause it whenever I'm not reading. I'm going to do one of those this month. That's in the plans. But yeah, this is a lot of pages. Like looking at all of this, like putting this stack together, I was like, this is a lot. And it like really, really is to think that I read all that this weekend. I feel like if I wasn't still kind of like slumping, I don't think I'm slumping anymore, but if I had started this when I wasn't slumping as bad as I have been for the month of May, then we would have read a lot more. But I digress. We still read a lot because 1,500 pages is still a lot. We're gonna strive for 2,000 for my next Flayetta readathon that I do in July. We'll plan for July, guys. And so, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you've read any of these, comment down below so we can talk about them because I feel like I need to talk about them with someone, especially The Housemaid and Then She Was Gone. Those two got me really good, and I feel like a thriller. I feel like I'm a thriller person now. So, but that's the end of today's video. Hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, and whatever world you were having. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my B-roll together for you guys and start editing this so I can get it up for you on time. But down below will be my Goodreads, Instagram, and my Fable for you to check out if you would like. I'm actually thinking of finally getting back into a Bookstagram, so that may be something we get into the second half of this year. So be on the lookout for that. I will tell you more as I think about it more. But for now, that is it for me, besties, because I've been talking to you for 10 minutes now, and that's insane. That's outrageous. So with that being said, I will see you in my next video, which will be my May wrap up. I read a lot more books than I thought I did. I thought I was slumping worse than I was, but I am in fact not slumping as bad as I thought I was. I feel like I said the same thing 5 times in that one sentence, but I guess time for me to go. Time for me to go. Goodbye.